Hello out there, everyone. It's Miyabi. Continuing with I'm a Magical Girl's Pet. Oh, and if you just joined us, you're welcome. I'm glad you made it here, and I hope you all enjoy your stay. And always remember the most important character is you, the readers. Get it up! Hanoka glares at me. Hanoka, what are you talking about? Charlotte isn't a traitor. Juna, right? I'd never. Juna, right? I'd never betray you. I never betray you, girls. Oh, really? Because the more I think about it, the more you being a familiar doesn't make sense. You showed up out of nowhere during the first battle. A curse comes out of nowhere, and I have to save you. And you always seem to want us to get along with Sayoka. You're probably a spy, aren't you? She points at me aggressively as she takes her step forward. You were sent by the witches to distract us. Hanoka, you're not making any sense. Shut up! I'm not listening to you, traitor. Hanoka raised her staff towards me. I try to speak, but I notice a dark aura surrounding her. Pennies! Juna, what's going on with Hanoka? She seems off. Juna's eyes widen. Her celestial energy is almost depleted. Magical girls who use too much energy become more suspected to dark influences, so much that they could be controlled by dark magic or even become witches. What? Well, then we have to do something. Don't talk about me like I'm not in the room. She stomps her foot down. You don't listen to him, Juna. He's just trying to lie to us. Take this, spy. A bright ball of light flies in my direction. I scream, ah! And quickly put up a protective glint like Juna taught me. Hanoka, stop! You aren't yourself right now. Juna leaves out Hanoka and pins her to the ground. Get off me! Charlotte, help me! I hurry over and pin down one of Hanoka's arms. She flails. The dark aura around her continues to pulse. What do we do? I have a plan, don't worry. Juna raises her finger and casts a small magical glimpse over Hanoka's head. Slumber! Instantly, Hanoka's eyes close and she collapses to the floor. She passed out. The dark aura around Hanoka evaporates. That was a close one. Is she going to be okay? She should be. I feel so bad though. She must have been fighting hard out there. Maybe I should have gone out to help her. Pennies, after all. You couldn't have known it would get to this point. I suppose. I'm just glad I was here to help you. If I wasn't... She shakes her head. I gulp at the thought. Let's take Hanoka to her room so she can rest. Hanoka wakes up a few minutes later. She rubs her eyes and looks around in confusion. What happened? How should I respond? I'll let Juna explain. You were confused earlier because of a dark aura. A dark aura? I'm afraid so. I'm guessing you drained your magic too fast. You accused Charlotte of being a spy. I can't believe I did that. Hanoka lowers her head in shame. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful with how I use my magic. To my surprise, Hanoka's eyes turning misty. And then her voice begins to tremble. I shouldn't have pushed myself so hard. I ended up almost hurting you two. Hanoka, it's okay. Don't be sad. Don't be too hard on yourself, Hanoka. We've been fighting more monsters than usual. I think you should take this time to recharge. Hanoka wipes her eyes and nods. Okay. What do you mean by recharge, Juna? Like sleeping? Not quite. We magical girls recharge our magical power by connecting our celestial source. In our case, we recharge ourselves by meditating in the presence of the moon. I'll go to the backyard and recharge there. Hanoka's voice is meek and low. Hanoka looks down. I wonder if I should go with her and make sure she's alright. I think she might accept it. What should I do? Let me go with you, Hanoka. It might help to have someone by your side. Great thinking, Charlotte. Join her panties for a few minutes before helping me at the kitchen. A familiar's presence can greatly boost a magical girl's morale. Oh, okay. Hanoka and I go to the backyard. She sits down in the middle of the garden and raises her staff. A large glimpse emerges from under us. The light of the moon streams down toward her staff and makes it glow. Her eyes sparkle as she looks up. So this is how you charge your magic, huh? Yeah. I should be good after a moment or two. Hey, I'm really sorry about earlier, Charlotte. It's okay, Hanoka. I know how you would never try to harm me intentionally. After all, I'm your familiar. I give her a cute, innocent smile. Still nothing. It won't be easy to cheer her pennies up. As Juna put it, don't be so hard on yourself. That's easy for you to say. I just proved once again that I'm too reckless. But this time I almost hurt you. What if Juna hadn't been there to pin me down? What if I injured you and no one was there to heal you? I'm so mad at myself for letting my darkness influence me. Hanoka! You didn't mean anything you said or did when you were affected. That's what that bugs me, though. They say dark energy brings out the deepest and worst thoughts. the fact that I said I didn't trust you, and I thought you preferred Sayoka over us. They're all real things I thought about. It's ridiculous, too. I know you're loyal to us. Why on earth would I think such foolish things? Let alone have it become a reason to hurt you. A few teardrops fall from Hanoka's cheeks. She covers her face, sobbing softly. There. Though she continues to glow from the moonlight, she looks so weak. I move closer to her and put my paw on her knee. All of us have our negative thoughts, Hanoka. I don't blame you for doubting me. We haven't been partners that long. And I guess sometimes I do overlook your opinions about Sayoka. But that's because I just want what's best for everyone. No matter what, please know that I would never do anything to hurt you or your panties. Hanoka smiles softly and she sipples. You've been nothing but a good friend to me, Charlotte. It makes me wish I had been your friend a long time ago. Hanoka picks me up and places me on her lap. I'm embarrassed at first, but then she starts petting me. Oh, that feels good. A little more behind the ears, master. This feels incredibly nice. But I promise to put my faith in you from now on. Great. Now, on that note, I'll give you some space. After 30 minutes later, Hanoka joins us in the kitchen, looking refreshed. All right, I'm done recharging. How are you feeling? A lot better, thank you. And I'll make sure not to push my magic too much from now on. That's the spirit. There's just the matter of reporting our findings to Ray. That's right, I completely forgot. Charlotte spied on Sayoka. Well, I tried at least. I'll explain everything once we talk to Ray. Since we don't have a school tomorrow, I suggest we meet with her pennies then. The shadows have been contained for the night, and I'd like for Hanoka to get as much rest as possible. Hanoka nods. Sounds like a plan. The next day we meet with Ray at a downtown cafe. I explain everything that happened with Sayoka. Interesting. So she denies the participation of a senior witch? I don't think she's lying. She's been rather honest with us so far. Secretive perhaps, but she's never outright lied. That may be her way of tricking you. Witches like to gain the trust of their victims after all. When I was in another city, witches would often pretend to be our friends. And then they'd attack us, magical girls, once we trust them enough. That's awful. It is indeed, so I suggest we keep searching for a senior witch. Can't we just talk to Sayoka? Ray scoffs. Talk to her, pennies! She's been reasonable so far. Did you not hear a single thing that I said, Charlotte? Witches are liars that would just give her pennies the opportunity to be ambitious. But she hasn't attacked any of us at school. And when she found out I was spying on her, pennies! She didn't attack me either. I really think she isn't that bad. At least, not like other witches. I refuse to even consider that notion. We're better off continuing with my plan. But we haven't given her a chance. There's no point to it. Ray's face becomes slightly red and she crosses her arms. What if? Anoka touches my shoulder. Charlotte, I think we should just listen to her. Pennies! You don't want to upset Ray. I can't just sit back and do nothing. You can't just shut me down like that. I beg your pardon. I think you should turn down an idea. I don't think you should turn down an idea before we tried it. Why should we try anything that puts us in danger? I think it's worth the risk. After all, I'll stop bigger battles later on, right? Charlotte, that's enough! Juna's voice is surprisingly stern. But Juna! You heard Ray, Charlotte. That's the end of the discussion right now. Ray stands up from her table. I'm glad that's over with. Then we'll continue to search for both her and the senior witch. And if we see them, we contain them immediately. Understood, Ray. I have some business to attend to, but let's reconvene after our search tonight. Ray promptly leaves the cafe. The atmosphere is tense. Juna stares at me firmly. Charlotte, I appreciate you trying to offer a solution earlier. But once Ray makes a decision that's final. That doesn't sound fair. I thought we were a team. We are a team. But Ray's our leader. Not only is she the strongest of us, but she's the most experienced. We can place our complete trust in her. She knows what she's doing. I think she's wrong. Charlotte! Charlotte! Maybe it's because I don't understand witches and magical girls, but butts up for kissing! There has to be a better way than fighting. Feeling overwhelmingly frustrated, I get up and walk away. Charlotte, wait! Eventually, I settle down on a bench. Once I've cooled off enough, I feel a small pang of regret. Did I have to get mad at them like that? I probably upset them. Especially Hanoka. I don't know why I couldn't control myself back there. I think about Sayoka and our conversation. Why am I so invested in trusting Sayoka anyway? I barely know her. Pennies! But I feel like there's more to her story. Charlotte! I turn around to see Juna jogging up to me. I'm glad I caught you. I feel horrible for making you leave like that. Are you still mad at us? I'm not going to lie. I'm still a little upset. I know Hanoka trusts Ray, but I guess I just want to give Sayoka another chance. That doesn't excuse how I acted, though. I could have handled that better. It's alright, Charlotte. You weren't the only one who acted brashly back there. She sits down beside me and looks down at her feet. I shouldn't have snapped at you at the cafe like that. You were simply trying to give us a better option. But I immediately shut it down because Ray said no. It wasn't fair in the slightest. I guess we both got pretty heated back there. I give her a small smile and she reciprocates. Yeah. Where's Hanoka? She was a little happy, so she went home. But she didn't seem to hold anything against you either. Juna sighs. Ray probably won't like your suggestion, but I think it's worth bringing up again. Ultimately, she means well. You must really look up to her, huh? Juna's cheeks turn slightly pink. I do. She saved me after all. Oh. A few weeks ago, I was a total pushover at school. I follow the whims of those around me, and I don't have any opinion on my own. It wasn't until... Somebody help! Solar flare! Are you okay? Ray was everything I wanted to be: strong, ruthless, and self-absorbed. She taught me what I needed to become, not just big as a magical girl, but a firm leader. Though I guess I still falter at times. She chews on her bottom lip. I care so much about Ray's opinions that I tend to forget my own sometimes. Maybe I'm not as strong as I thought. What should I say to her? Pennies! But you are strong, Juna. In fact, you're one of the strongest people I know. You think so? But I'm nowhere near as good as Ray at anything. So what? You don't need to be exactly like her pennies in order to be the best version of yourself. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses. I think your kindness and empathy towards those around you make you special. Juna blushes. Ah, that's so sweet of you to say. I have no doubt that Ray is an amazing person, but even before I knew her pennies, I already knew you were the amazing one. In my eyes, you are our leader. But in any case, I'm sure Ray thinks you're special even if you're not like her pennies! Even if we have different opinions? Of course, friends have different opinions all the time. It shouldn't affect the relationship you have. Juna giggles.
Tell a joke.
Thank you for reassuring me, Charlotte. You know, it's odd. I ran after you to comfort you, but the opposite ended up happening. Well, I'm happy you came after me. Juna smiles and radiates with a tender warmth. She then looks to the side hesitantly. We should really check up on Hinoka. Why don't we walk back to her house together? Sounds good to me. It's safer that way too. The two of us start walking back home. As we do, I notice that we're incredibly close to one another. On occasions, I feel Juna's hand brush against mine. I wonder what it would be like to hold her hand. I want to reach out, but I chicken out. Juna's the student council president and a powerful magical girl. Would she even want to hold my hand on someone like me? Charlotte? I flinch at the sound of my name. Yeah? The walk is pretty long. Do you think holding hands would make it more interesting? Is she a psychic or something? I almost can't muster a response. However, I eventually murmur a nod. I don't see why not. Juna smiles and takes hold, reach out her hand for me to take. Wow, her hand is incredibly soft. You have such a firm grip. It's quite different from your paw when you're a familiar. Sorry. Don't be. I rather like it. I noticed Juna's face is turning bright pink. It's odd seeing this side of her pennies. It feels a lot more gentle than what I was used to. Does my hand feel nice in yours, Charlotte? It's incredible. I sound like an idiot. I'm glad we should walk more often together. I think so too. Eventually, we reach Hinoka's house and I feel Juna's fingers slip from mine. I feel an instant pang in my hand. That feels so good. I wish I didn't have to end here. As soon as we enter Hanoka's house, we find her in the living room. I'm expecting her to be angry, but surprisingly she isn't. I didn't upset you by leaving earlier. Well, maybe a little, but I didn't listen to your opinion either. A magical girl should trust her familiar. So, I'm sorry, Charlotte. I'm sorry too, Hanoka. I'm glad we all made up then. We should find Ray later and... Juna stops speaking and frowns. What's wrong, Juna? I'm sensing another magical energy source. And it's approaching fast. What? Follow me. We rush into the street. It's only then that we see another magical girl dressed in an odd attire. It's another magical girl. I think so. And look. She points at a strange creature next to her. She has a familiar with her in broad daylight. Alright, everyone. I think here's I'm going to wrap up this episode. Oh, and if y'all like the video, do me a favor and punch the like button in the face like a boss and high fives all around. Oh, and if you just joined, you're welcome. Glad you made it here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And always remember the most important character is you, the reader. Miyabi out. And if you're new, please press that subscribe button. It will do me a huge favor. Bye!